Hello everybody! Today I'm going to show you our next lesson, which is making sock donuts. Here you can see one that I have kind of started with some felt and starting to put some little pieces of tin foil on it to create some decorations, just using what you have at home for decorations. Anyway, let's get started in actually making the donut. So what you need is an old sock, and once you have your sock, what you want to do is cut off a little bit of the toe. You can see here I haven't cut off that much, but I just cut off a bit. Alright, if you cut too much, then you won't have enough stuffing for your donut. Great, and once you have cut it off, what you want to do is turn your sock inside out, because what you want to have showing are the cool designs, if you have any, as you start making the donut. So you have the top of the sock, which is up on your calf, and then here is the toe of your sock. Starting at the toe of your sock, you want to start rolling. And every time you make a roll, you want to just kind of wiggle it a little bit on the inside with your thumbs. And you just keep going and wiggling, going and wiggling. You can see what that starts to look like. If I don't wiggle it or try to straighten it out, that's what it looks like. So go, roll and wiggle, roll and wiggle, roll and wiggle, just like that. Keep going into the end. In the end, it looks something like this. Right now, it looks kind of like, almost like a mushroom. There's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches left, kind of like the cuff that you have up on your calf. Well, that's the part that's going to kind of hold everything together. So I'm just going to flip that over, and now you have your perfect donut. And again, just kind of wiggle it. So, once again, you start from the toe, and you roll and wiggle, roll and wiggle, roll and wiggle, roll and wiggle, until you have about 2 inches left or so, 1.5 inches, and then flip it over. And that's what it looks like on the top. This is what it looks like on the bottom. And there's my donut. Now, in order to make the frosting, what you do is you can take a piece of felt or a piece of fabric. If you don't have any of that at home, you could use some tin foil, or you could use some bits of paper, or you could even use marker if you have a light colored sock. And what you're going to do is decorate. So, what you do is take your donut, hold it down on your fabric or your felt, and just trace around it with a marker. You trace all around it. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then you also want to trace the middle. So what you have then is a nice circle with the middle of your donut. You can see I've already started to cut this one out. After you have that traced, then you just cut it out. When you cut out the middle, you just fold it in half and make a little slit, and then cut the middle out. Then take your hot glue gun and glue the felt onto your donut. And after that, you can start adding some little bits of paper to glue on to the top of it, so that your donut is beautifully decorated. So that's the donut part. You can do lots of different things with this after you're done. You could turn it into a headband if you want to. You could make a hat out of a paper plate by putting 2 holes into a paper plate and adding some string and yarn to tie to your head, and then glue these on the top to make a plate of donuts. All right? That's one other thing you can do to it. What I want you to do is to create a character from your donut. So, this character is Sprinkleina the Glazed Wonder. She is a professional wrestling donut. So after you finish creating your donut, you're going to turn it into some kind of character. Could be a superhero, could be a professional wrestler, could be a cartoon character. It's up to you and what you want to create. But how do you draw a donut so that it has dimension? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to start with a pencil, but I'm going to show you with the marker so you can see it better. You're going to start by making the letter O. Then after you make a big letter O, you're going to make a small letter O in the middle. After that, just like what we did with our fonts and our positive posters, we're going to add some dimension. So right over here, this is kind of like where my vanishing point is going to sit. I'm going to create some dimension here because it's kind of facing that direction. And I'm going to also make some dimension here so that you have some thickness to your donut. After that, you can just start decorating. This could be your donut's mouth, it could be your donut's nose. It's all up to you on what you want to create. The biggest thing is I want you to use your creativity. I want you to be unique, all right? And I want you to make sure that you're going to use the entire space of your paper. Please post your pictures and show me what you're creating. That's what we did on Wednesday. I'll see you on Friday with some more ideas. Take care.